Whoa, lads! Haha. I'm gonna start a little early today. I don't know. We might have some interesting people involved. I don't know who all's gonna be on. I think what I'm going to do first is we're going to do a basic Q&A. So I'm gonna be looking at the live chat. If you guys have any questions after a while, if there's fucking nothing, as there may be, we can do something else. However, yeah, we're fine for whatever. Shit, I was working on a video, but I figured I should do this. The thing is, yeah, I know I'm early. It's not going to matter. I will probably just shit post until like 8 o'clock. We'll just shit talk and shit post. Am I going to get blitzed? I will get blitzed in my own way, my friend. We should all get blitzed, because here's the thing. What are we all doing on YouTube on Friday night? That's sad in its own way, but also a good thing, because now we're all here together, aren't we? So yes, I'm going to kind of just shit post a little bit for a while. We'll do some Q&A. We'll do any questions that anyone wants to ask. We'll do fucking anything. I will share my screen if you want to see terrible things that are on my computer. I'm not peeing on the mic. I'm stirring my tea. So we'll see. Now we could have a German blitz. That would be fun, in a very unfun way. I also love alcohol. Okay, so I have a lot of people from Ape's stream, I know, wanting to be in. And the thing is, anybody from Ape's stream, let me tell them. Okay. To be in the stream, fucking gnats. God damn it. Let's see. Because even though we're starting, we're not going hard until for another 30 minutes. We're still, because technically this is supposed to start at 8 o'clock, so. On Twitter. Yeah, yeah, I'm a little bit worried. Like, the thing is, we're going to do a little bit of just a normal, like, whatever stream at first. Neeraj, you'll be on immediately. I don't know. Maybe we should just invite people on. Fuck. I'm not good at this kind of thing, my dudes. So how do I invite people? This is actually interesting. I don't know how to invite anybody. Nope. That's not it. Okay. How do I invite people to the stream? I forget. I'm not good at this, by the way, guys. I don't get this at all. So actually, I could utilize your help. How do I fucking invite people to my stream? Yara. What do I do? How do I have 160 viewers? You guys, this is terrible. I don't deserve this kind of thing. Shoot. How do I invite? Oh yeah, okay, invite people. Alrighty. All right. I do not use OBS. I could, but I don't. Neeraj, I'll invite you 1 sec. You're always welcome. Also, yes, Thoth, you did that really fucking cool picture. You're welcome. PC Gamer Squid, of course, you're welcome to come into Prince of Queens. You're welcome. Who else? I'll invite a bunch of people. Like, if it gets to be too many, I'll start to remove people. But we'll see how it works. What's going on then? Oh, PC Gamer Squid, of course you were quick to get in here.
Yeah.
So, let's... I don't know what the topic is. The topic is mostly just like, this is the drunk cast. Thank you, John Woodruff, for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Anybody who does give any, and thank you Thomas Sammy for the money. Like anybody who gives anything on Super Chat, absolutely, it is 1,000% appreciated. I will shout you out. I think Heart Bastard is busy right now. Otherwise, I would invite him, but I think he's busy. I think Ape is too drunk to talk right now. So we're this is our drunk stream. Otherwise, I don't know who else I could invite. We could see, but we're all, yeah, everybody's cool. We're just gonna have a fun time. This is going to be the what would I call it? This is just the Drunk Friday stream. Because my friends, if you're here, what are you doing? Why are you streaming with me? why are you going to stream with me on Friday night to listen to me be drunk? Thank you, Jason Shesko. Comments about Anita calling out Sargon at VidCon. Anita Sarkeesian has completely embarrassed herself at this point. She has lost any and all credibility, and honestly, she's done. She's done. She's completely done. We're all human garbage, absolutely. I'm still in Discord chat? I thought I cut myself off. You can't hear me now. But anybody who is from Ape's chat who wants to be in this, be my guest. And as I'm inviting people in, by the way, I'm very open on this, my dudes. Like, I'm completely chill. I will be looking at the chat. I will be looking at, I'll be talking to anybody who's in this conversation. This is the Friday chill out stream. This is drunk time, because after all, everybody else is at VidCon getting drunk there. Hello, Near Edge, my good friend.
Hey.
Been binge watching your stuff since your spot on Layman's. Thank you so much, Steve Green. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm not better than Layman. Layman and I, we're just both social scientists, which is, I think, what we need to be, be honest about. And honestly, I've been a little bit upset at the way that some people, Near Edge, you noticed this as well. Mm-hmm. People noticed and responded to Teal Deer's comment.
Teal Deer.
The mind, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Aiden, what was I was mentioned, like, you had mentioned that I wonder, like, again, what, he didn't mention you in the video because he likes you about something, I think.
Who did?
Teal Deer. I'm in the last stream we had, I pointed out that he didn't name check you in his video about the young new female anti-skeptics. I mean,
no, as Near Edge knows, Teal Deer is cool with me, and we're chill. Because I mean, like, this is not to suck my own cock, but I don't think I really get in. Okay, it's just true. I'm not really included in people like Rage After Storm. I'm not like that. First of all, because I don't fucking reveal my face or my titties. I don't do any of that shit.
Or Lauren Southern, for example. Like, I used to like Lauren Southern, but I feel like she's kind of.
And I read her pamphlet. It was fine.
Yeah, I think she's kind of more of an activist as opposed to a journalist, honestly.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. And you know what? That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. The thing is, the way that they responded to Teal Deer, and Near Edge, you know this because I saw your response on that on Twitter, is that, like, Chris Reagan got mad at what Teal Deer said. And it was, I don't even know if it was necessarily referring to Chris Reagan, but
I don't think it was at all.
Oy vey.
I literally just commented on it before I joined the stream. Like, if I had to pick anyone that people really know, it would be probably like Armored Skeptic and Shoe on Head, who constantly swear there's no skeptic community, but then they're engaging in community actions.
Wasn't I actually? I'll find the email I just sent to Killdeer and I'll read it because I don't give a shit. Because you can't see it. I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, I'm good. So I did send an email to him because it's about how I felt, which I said, wanted to reach out to say I agree with you about what you said on VidCon, in that it is incredibly evident that the people you were talking about are so ignorant, or perhaps more accurately, simply unaware of the theory of social identity, that they reacted the way I would have expected them to, and as you essentially predicted they would. Once again, when in their in-group association, that is totally, quote, not a community, was being questioned. I'm obviously quite new to this, but I want to say I appreciate that you say things I certainly think need be said. I lack the balls, both figuratively and literally, to say these things. Ironically, this email might come off as me attempting to ingratiate myself with you in the same manner as your criticism of the, quote, skeptics at VidCon, but nay, it's really honest to say I appreciate your continued honesty in the face of people who seem almost incapable of understanding the points that you raise. Although I enjoy most of these people as entertainers, I become frustrated when I see that their type of blindness towards their own behavior manifests itself. Cheers. That's basically how I feel. I don't like that. I don't like that it's...
You know, I would say the one thing that I can say that seems to be similar between all the skeptics is it's not hubris, but the ability to correct oneself when they're wrong.
That's very true. I see very few people like, so thank you, Starscream1540. Can I do a video or two on how to read social science academic papers because I can't understand what they are saying? I've tried to do that before, but I think maybe it's something I need to do. I need to go through how to read scientific outputs. Oh, it's something I could do right now. I have a bunch of papers up. Oh, shit, this is something I could do. I need to slap on air. I have to find some papers that I've got up. I've got a really good paper that has, I've got a couple good papers actually that have some good outputs that if I screen share, I could go over with you guys on how to read scientific outputs. The problem is with the scientific community, or the skeptic community.
The community.
The community is that, yeah, I don't have a problem with it, by the way. I just,
It's like I used to consider myself anti-SJW. Now I just consider myself egalitarian. You know, I don't like labels.
Labels tend to limit how we refer to ourselves. Oh, I do want to go over actually this study from this Turkish researcher, because I'm going to talk about this in my next video that'll probably be out tomorrow. Shit. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm going to start screen sharing. How do I do this? Fug. Ah. Okay. What? Yeah. Okay. Share? All right. Okay. We're going to look at this study. This is a very new study. It came out last year in the International Journal of Communication. Get rid of this tab. What I want to go over, though, is that the interesting part of this research is some of these data, particularly what I was very disturbed by is that they came up with this right here, this model, and they didn't have the fucking wherewithal, or I don't know what the fuck it was, because they didn't put their own numbers into this research in second place. So I would go, where did I put the output that I did? Because I went in and took that model and put the numbers actually into it. Where the fuck did I put that? It's in this folder somewhere. You guys see how I make videos. It's not very elegant. It's unfortunately this. God damn it! Where is this? Where is my version of this research? That's really fucked. Now here's some fucked up shit. Like here's some research I found recently that shows that like when right before the election, that Google and Yahoo both had massive biased favoring in terms of their what they showed on their outputs towards Hillary Clinton. You see, so if above 0, this is the 0% mark, so this is the line of 0%. If it's above 0, it was a Hillary Clinton leaning bias, and if it was below 0, a Trump bias. Well, what do we see down here, my friends? Nothing!
So which platform is that? That's Yahoo?
That was Google. That was Google.
Google.
They were analyzing both Google and Yahoo, but this is also another. This is by mean basis. So we here have on Google a 0.19% bias versus a 0.09% on Yahoo. It was a definite Google bias, leaning. Shit, where is my fucking? Oh, here it is. So here I looked at their model, and I put in their own like, really, when I have to fucking include your findings in your own model and you didn't do this, I had to go in here and put in fucking my data, your own data in here. The thing is, when you're restricted in your freedom of speech, you become more resistant. And as such, we see a partial mediation effect of seeking more online political information. This is just a really interesting piece of research. But in terms of reading an output, what do I have a good study that's got a lot of political? This one's really old. This is a good piece of research, but it's not going to have a modern output on it. Shoot. Yeah, I don't have a single study up right now that's really good about it. I'm trying to think of how. Okay, hang on. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second because I have to find this, and it will mean maybe going through some personal files. So I will show you how research looks though, and how to read it by reading my own research. You guys, whatever, you can probably figure out who the fuck I am. I don't really care at this point. I know that Destiny is very angry at me.
Oh, I remember that.
No. Did you see? He just yesterday, maybe like 3 days ago, he made some stream about my video with Dr. Lehman that I made, and it's like he's still trying to discredit me, and I'm actually really upset because I respect Dr. Lehman and Ape so much, and it's like I don't want to get my shit involving YouTube fucked up because Destiny wants to call me all kinds of names and stuff. I don't want to ruin my career. I know that's what his intention is, obviously. But I'm really trying not to. I'm really trying to avoid that. He doesn't have anything he could logically say about me. But
it's. Have you been seeing my comic strips that I've been posting? I think they're kind of. What's your thought on those? Just curious.
Your comic strips? I've looked at some of them though, but not all of them. Dude.
Yeah, I wanted to point out, it's kind of funny that I started writing this about a few months ago as a fan fiction of the video game Saints Row.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to write a fan fiction about the character Shandi and how I don't know, somehow it kind of turned into its own story about a girl named Nikki, because you're not going to believe this. I actually, a few months ago, came up with the idea of her being poor and living in a ghetto as a white woman, as kind of a statement on like how the whole white privilege thing is nonsense. And then like literally a month later, I saw your video about, what was it, interpersonal theory, and I'm like, holy shit, you had the same background as my character. I could.
Right. I'm gonna show you guys how to read a really complex piece of. Thank you, by the way. But I am gonna show you guys how to read some of this shit. Now, how do I do this again? Oh, friggin' hey! How do I do it? Okay.
Dr. Lehman.
Why do I have so many fucking? What?
Dr. Lehman's in the chat.
God damn it! Okay, Lehman. God, fuck. I was so worried about that too. Hang on. Shoot. Alrighty. I gotta find my shit. Okay. Lehman, do you want to be in this? I'll invite you on, my dude. Obviously.
I like Dr. Lehman's video that you did about the about video game violence. Maybe do you recommend any other videos of his? Because that's the only one I've seen, and I thought it was pretty good.
Every one of Lehman's videos.
Oh, he has a lot of great stuff. Also, hi. I'm sorry.
Watch all of Lehman's shit. He's awesome. Let me give you a link to the thing, Lehman. Dang it, I'm not good at this at all. I'm really bad at this.
I have a question for you. As far as like, there's one study in particular I'm thinking about that gets referenced very frequently by those who like to talk about like rape statistics. And
Sure.
You probably heard about it. It's called the BJS study.
Yes.
Where they took a sort of anonymous survey of individuals from colleges to try to determine like
Thank you, Never Done. And thank you also. Who the fuck else gave me money? I'm sorry if I don't. I'm so sorry. I feel like I have to like. Jan Link. Thank you both for your. Continue though. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So I'm wondering, do you think there's any merit in anonymous surveys?
Yes, there is a complete merit in anonymous surveys for a number of reasons. For one, because anonymity provides the person who is responding to the survey to not have any fear of there being a backlash to the things that they say. Okay, Layman, if you just want to like just start a revolution in the stream, that's fine too.
It's Prince of Queens.
Yeah, Prince of Queens. Hey, thanks. Hey,
He's a
welcome.
he's kind of a newcomer here. I discovered his channel before I discovered Hard Bastard, and he's been kind of a slow growth. He does kind of a very how would I describe his channel style? Very kind of like slide, like just still pictures, kind of.
But you're cool. We talked and I looked at your channel and like we had like it seemed like we had a lot in common, so thank you. What I did want to do though is to walk you guys through a little bit of my research, and unfortunately like this is going to maybe reveal me a little bit. That's okay. We're fine. How do we do this though? How do I do the thing where I see? I'm really bad. Yeah, here we go. Screen sharing again. All right, we're gonna
make sure to
so I'm going to we have right here, my dudes. Is this is some research that I've done. This is my research. This is on player avatar interaction instrument and interpersonal liking, essentially. So what I want to point out here, so like when you see it like the one, right? So this is like a one-to-one, like of course at the one, see how the one goes up here because this is how you read this instrument. Of course, one will always go with one at a 100% basis. Does that make sense? So, for example, I found that Horde avatar social identity was very much correlated at a 2% point to this, or to the 0.0. Actually, this is fucked up. Whoops! Look at that. There we go. Shit. At the no. Actually, that was wrong. It was the 0.01% point. That I don't know. I'm not going to really necessarily walk you guys through this too much, but I would say that this is a typical readout. Now, if you have any questions about how to read information like this, I can try to go over it. Whoa. Yes, I did research on WoW, so we could. You don't live in Detroit, Layman. If you want information about how to read that kind of information, I could try to go through it. But the thing is, I'm not sure. Oh shoot! No, I don't want to have my advisor's notes up on the screen.
Do you think that maybe there's a good video, like a tutorial that someone where people explain how to do it, that people could watch?
Layman's done good videos on how to read psychological data.
Okay.
The thing is, like, okay, so for example, like here, when I see these two asterisks, when you're looking at a so this was a cross-leg correlational model, for example. Now, cross-leg correlational model is semi-predictive, for example. This type of model is not what we would typically use in order. This was a quasi-experiment. This particular piece of research. Shoot, I can't believe I'm putting this up on the internet. This is fucked up. Okay, this is not good. I should not do this. But in a two-tailed correlational analysis, this is a quasi-relational or quasi-experimental piece of research. So if it has these two little asterisks next to it, it means that it was significant on a 0.01 level, meaning that if I redid this study, would it be 100 times? I would only get a different result once. If it was correlated at this one asterisk, it would mean that I would get a different result. Would be 5 times out of 100. But as you can see, these data were very significant on multiple levels. You see all of these double asterisks. This was some really significant data that no one had ever done before. Oh shit, I'm not supposed to fucking show people my research, dang it! I shouldn't do this at all. I'm gonna fucking stop. Alright, bye. I shouldn't do that at all. That's gonna get people to know who the fuck I am. But my point is, I can actually walk people through some more data-related outputs. I probably should just not do my own data, correct? Because that would be wrong, and it will get people to find out who I am, and then they'll be mad at me.
I don't want, like, there's like I've mentioned before, there are some people that I don't want to find out who I am either, because that's why I have refused.
I didn't steal Babylon Prevails, Layman. Jesus Christ. You fucker.
Yeah, the internet. I first learned about why it's important to be anonymous 2 years ago. I may have brought that up in the Hard Bastard call-in. Remember that? I talked about why it's good, why I was basically doxxed.
Slater Harkness, thank you.
Yeah, I brought up in the stream that I was doxxed, basically, and had some pizza sent to my house. I don't want to give out too much information on this because I don't want these people to find out who I am.
Why are there 400 people watching the stream? This isn't good at all. I don't understand what
You've been
value
blown up
is.
as a YouTuber. I'm like
so-
very
so
impressed. I'm
cool.
not surprised though. Your channel is quite good. You'd make very good videos.
Well, I'm trying. Layman, get the fuck on here. Don't just ship us in the chat. Come here and talk to us. I sent you a link, my dude.
Nice.
Anyway, the ape server is watching. Probably, yeah, because I know I was shit posting there earlier. I'm sorry, that's funny, Layman. Jesus, how would you analyze my CRISPR with the KKC until we reach right optimal solution? Shit. I don't even understand the last thing you said there, because I don't know Pareto optimal solution. I don't do that in my research, so you'd have to explain that to me. I am actually mostly a quantitative scientist. We've talked about that. Now, I am unfortunately all quantitative. If that was a qualitative piece of research, I don't know that. Mostly what I do when I do qualitative is I do code books, and I do shoot. Hang on, it's been a while since I've done it. What's it called when you throw shit against the wall to see what sticks theory? Oh, grounded theory. That's it. I do mostly grounded theory type work when it comes to qualitative research. I don't do a lot of good qualitative research. I'm a terrible scientist. But you got to see some of my research there, though, my dude. So you got to see, unfortunately, my data went up there. Oh, my God. Whoever gave me Johnny Bravo, thank you so much for the buckaroonies. Thank you.
Of the Big Dick Club.
Would I ever consider working for a Silicon Valley megacorp? No, because so there's this guy Nick Yee. Let's look him up real quick. His name is Nick Yee. He is the guy who first discovered the Proteus effect. Now, he worked with Dr. Jeremy Bailenson out of, I believe, UC Davis, I believe. And Nick Yee's research was, without question, revolutionary. Nick Yee was a brilliant scientist, and is a brilliant scientist, but he decided to go work for Activision. And now he's getting the big holla holla dollar, you understand? But he can't produce research anymore because he's controlled essentially by a corporation. That is disturbing. Thank you again, Johnny Bravo, Big Dick Club represent.
I recognize him, yeah.
The problem is, yes, I could make big money right now if I stopped wanting to be a scientist, or if I stopped doing YouTube and did all this shit. I just stopped and went to go work for Activision or for Blizzard or for EA or who the fuck ever. I could make big money. I don't give a shit. I'm not talking about, normal shit. I'm talking about, like, 6 digits shit.
Oh. But you'd prefer to be rogue?
No, I prefer to be a scientist.
Yeah, I'm joking around.
No. That's not a incorrect question or a wrong question to ask.
Yeah.
Because it is a good question. Shoot. A lot of scientists, particularly in my field, we can go and make a lot of money doing this shit if we go to work with private corporations. The issue is that you lose all of your credibility if you go and do such. And I cannot allow myself to do that. Thank you, John DeMare. Odin made dinosaurs. Yes, he did. My issue is, yeah, I can't... I don't understand, Layman, why you're not jumping in on here and just going to ship this in the chat, but that's fine.
So, hey, actually, before I made my YouTube channel, I wrote a screenplay, which is entirely fictional, and it's loosely inspired by Anita Sarkeesian, but it's a different person who's a lot nicer of a person. What I wanted to do is I realized I could kind of tell the story of what happened with Gamergate, at least in an introductory sense where people would understand sort of what happened, because you know otherwise you'd have to like sit them down for a 5-hour lecture and they still probably wouldn't really get it.
Sure.
So I realized I could kind of do that because my degree was in script writing, and I'm actually better at script writing than I am at social commentary probably. So I did that before I even made my YouTube channel, and Aiden, you might be interested in it because okay, so Anita, the character that is Anita Sarkeesian, she's the main character, but she's kind of an anti-hero, and it's a tragedy. You know, things just keep getting worse and worse as the plot goes on.
Anita has just embarraed herself to an extent.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if she's ever going to be able to come back from.
Yeah. But in my script, the hero, who is a supporting character, is actually a female scientist, and she gets fucked over by Anita Sarkeesian because Anita Sarkeesian publicizes her because she was having some problems in her department at a university that she was working at, and I say Anita, it's a different character. But this is, you know, the character that's sort of supposed to be Anita. And yeah, if you'd ever want to read the script as a female scientist, knowing that there's a female scientist that ends up hating the SJW, you might be into it.
I have always been the female scientist who's hated the SJWs because here's the thing: you end up in a very weird position as a scientist, and particularly as an academic, where you are in a world of people who don't agree with you, and you cannot really openly express your viewpoints. Now, as Lehman has said, I don't know if he left, but like as Lehman has said, like, apparently like that's a little bit better in Germany, which is very surprising to me. But at least here in the United States, you cannot be open about your viewpoints if they are even slightly conservative. That is very much not allowed. And it was interesting what you just sent me earlier, Near Edge, in terms of like that hate speech. I didn't even know about that, about the Supreme Court saying hate speech is totally covered under the Constitution, which I believe it is. Literally
just happened like maybe 2 or 3 days ago.
And Near Edge, you're roboting quite a bit.
Now, can I tell, in case I'm sure not everyone heard about the story that I'm writing. It's very similar to what I've been talking about. I've been working on this story for years and off, and I guess this whole SJW thing inspired me to write again. It started off as a Saints Row fan fiction, and basically the plot is there is a girl. Her name is Nikki Appleton. I've posted her picture. She has blue hair. She's supposed to be from Baltimore. No, it's not based on you, but it's kind of parallel, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she used to live in I guess she was raised in kind of an environment where her mom was a cosplayer in the 90s. Isn't that kind of interesting? Her mom was a cosplayer in the 90s.
Right. Yeah, I understand your shit, but that's interesting. Lehman said in Germany, shit's really good overall. Great, I'd even say in Eastern Europe, various conservatism dominates the departments, so anything non-con is a no-go. U.S. is SJW, Germany is middle. Well, I mean, layman though, but like, what about like the general this is why I want to
I thought the bourgeoisie, like Germans, were definitely much more on the sort of progressive side.
My issue or my concern is that like when I looked at this, like Frauke Petri she's no longer the leader of AfD. So I don't even know who it is now, but like, well, she's like 8 months pregnant, isn't she? So that's part of the problem. But I thought Petri had a real fucking run at this shit. Now she certainly doesn't. And when I last looked at the polls, it looked like Merkel for the next election was going to be like 85 to 90% support, which is unbelievable because Merkel is fuck me. Jesus Christ.
Merkel is what would have happened if we had Hillary Clinton, I think.
Yeah.
No, Merkel is worse than Clinton. Merkel is unbelievably disgusting. I weep for Germany a little bit to know that like that's who's going to end up again in charge of Germany once again is Angela Merkel and all of her bullshit and Macron is totally her her vagina sucker cuck. And, you know, like, we're not going to get any better shit out of Europe from what just happened. And now, here's the thing. I knew Geert Wilders wasn't going to win. I thought
Yeah.
maybe Le Pen had a chance. She didn't win, and now we're going to get more fucking Merkel.
I think they were a little bit too afraid of her father and his like far too right-leaning views.
Yeah, her father, but whatever. That's so pointless.
I also heard from somebody in France that she, who was a Le Pen fan, that she basically tanked the last debate. Like she just did not do a good job.
I watched that debate. I thought she did do a good job, though. And I mean, like, here's the thing: it's always going to be up to your perception. I thought she. Thank you, Stratosphere from Sweden. Thank you.
Poor Sweden. Sweden is so cucked.
No, but Sweden's new. Who the fuck are you guys voting for? I forget. Who the conservative Swedish candidate is? Shit, I should know. It's sad that I don't. I think that you are really in trouble.
Yeah, like it's like I used to, when I was a kid I thought when I thought of Sweden I thought of ABBA and the Swedish Chef and
sure.
you know,
am I Norse by descent though? I was talking about this in Ape's stream. My great something grandmother was William Shakespeare's sister.
Ooh.
And my dad was able to trace back our history back to when they were raped by the Norse. And that's fine. I'm fine being raped by the Norse, but that's why I'm an Odinist. Haha.
I mean, pretty much all of our ancestors were raped.
They were all raped. Yeah, we should really accept that everybody in our history was raped.
Yeah, we come from rapists. That's pretty much it, you know?
And we're all and we're all mutts.
Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah.
We're all, most of us, you know, like, I absolutely, I could, I understand that 50 kroner, I understand 50 crowns is like $6. I'm not going crazy, my dudes. But I'm gonna thank everybody for any money that they fucking give. I'm actually quite aware of how much kroner are worth, okay? Because I've tried to learn Icelandic for years, and it's hard. It's difficult learning.
The only thing about Iceland I remember is Bjork. Did you ever listen to her music?
Sure, I did, but listen to better bands from Iceland.
Yeah, like
Sigur Rós.
Yeah.
You know, Moom.
I would say Samaris and who else is good from Iceland? Fing Fang and Rokuru and Fing Fang, Rokuru. Who else?
The Sugar Cubes.
Good, lots of good Icelandic bands. I'd love Icelandic music. Mom is excellent. Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was Moom.
Moom, is it how it's pronounced? Yeah.
I think that's what I believe so.
Sole, yes, Sole, excellent. A lot of good Icelandic music. Icelandic is a very hard language to learn. I really tried. Here is the thing that I always remember from Icelandic. It's Svifta and full of alum. Do you know what that means? It means my hovercraft is full of eels.
Oh.
Iceland, their language. Actually, Icelandic is not the closest you come to modern Norse. You look at not Iceland, but what's it called? Dang it, Faroe. The Faroe Islands. The language they speak there is closest to Old Norse. It's even closer than Icelandic.
Dead silence.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to drink my tea. It's full of vodka. But
Are you on the East Coast then?
I am on the East Coast. Technically, the stream was just supposed to start right now, but like we're good. I have a video I'm supposed to be doing. You guys could whenever the fuck it starts. Whenever the fuck this goes up, it will go up.
Mm-hmm. So I have a question. You were talking a little bit about your personal beliefs religiously in Apes kind of whatever chat. I'm curious, is your father like a Stoic?
No, really not. Not at all. Dang it. How do I turn this shit off now? No. My family has always been pretty atheistic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, agnostic, I think would be the
long-term marriage between your parents?
No. My parents were married for a long time, but no, they got divorced when I was 7.
Interesting.
Thank you, Gunblade Knight.
I consider myself agnostic as well.
I used to, like, as I was saying earlier on Ape Stream, until I got sick. And so until I started to be very sick physically. And I was like, I need something to... You fucking faggot. I hate these cars. So I hate living here. I'm about to fucking move to Philadelphia, for fuck's sake. Anyway, goddamn, what's the point? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I used to... Dang it, now I've lost my whole train of thought.
You were
put
just
me back on track, my
when
niggas. Like,
when
put me
you
back
were-
on track.
When you were sick, you said you had sort of touched religion as kind of a means of...
Yes. I got I found religion as a way of kind of dealing with some shitty stuff that I had going on in my life. And, you know, I mean, that's not typical necessarily, but the clinical psychology research was definitive that people who had religious beliefs, they lived longer, they were happier, they were everything positive that you could possibly imagine. Well, it was associated with religion. And I was like, okay, so I tried all kinds of religions. I tried Judaism with a bunch of parentheses around it. And I'll put it like this right in the chat. It'll be like this. Judaism. I tried everything. I really did. And Norse neo-paganism, particularly after I found out that my family had been raped, or more specifically that when I looked at my family tree, that my great-great-great-great 42nd great-grandfather was Odin. That was awesome. That was really neato.
Yeah, there was a book written a few years back called, I think, Religion and Disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And it talked about how when communities were hit by disasters, that religiousness would spike by like 35% or something like that.
Religiosity has a bunch of very positive effects.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: as somebody who has been an atheist and an agnostic, I understand both the criticisms and I understand the positives.
Yeah, I'm not against religion. A lot of people assume that I probably would be, but I definitely see the argument of when people say that religion was the basis of the morality of the West and things like that. I can see what people are saying there. And, you know, regardless of whether we'll admit it, most of us live to a certain degree under Christian values, and not all of those are bad. And I can, you know, it's like that's a fair argument, but there's it hasn't compelled me at any point in my life to actually really seek religion, but I do have my own like quasi spiritual beliefs, I guess, because I did a lot of psychedelics when I was a teenager.
Sure. Yeah, that is a fear, I guess, a lot of people have.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a natural outgrowth of, you know, tribes growing into larger groups for the, you know, sake of control and moral culpability. So, you know, I don't know if you're familiar with Dunbar's number. You've probably heard of it before. But basically, it just means that humans generally can recognize about up to 150 different individuals. This has been recognized within apes as well. They've been able to figure out that when they have certain groups of them, they generally hover around the 150 or less number. And so I think when you have those numbers, moral culpability and responsibility is easier to tether on to certain individuals. So say if one person kills somebody, or say they steal something from someone, it's pretty easy to figure out who that person is and take action against them. But once you start to expand the population, it starts to grow, there has to be a different means of managing those larger groups of individuals. And so I think in part creating a, you know, I think a religion which has more specific rules, which aren't just kind of culturally appropriated by the individuals in the group, that starts to actually assist with keeping the larger group in some I don't know, I guess remaining sensible and civilized, as opposed to kind of breaking down. Because problem is like, say for example, right now in my town, if it's made up of like, let's just say 10,000 people, if I go like 4 blocks over and I go and steal something from someone else in their yard, there's no way anybody would find out that I did it, unless somebody seriously took it upon themselves to like watch outside their window and they knew who I was. There's no way for them to actually understand that I was responsible for that action. And so, we have to, the only reason, this is something that Ben Shapiro actually talked about that I found kind of interesting. He said the only reason.
Julian Hunter, by the way, sorry. I have to always thank you, Julian Hunter, for the super chat. Anybody? Thank you guys so much. You have no idea how much it means to me.
I dropped out. My internet got disconnected for a minute, so I had to reboot my computer, but it's fine now.
So what he was talking about was the feeling of being able to keep your door unlocked at night. The reason why you do that is because you feel a sense of the individuals who live next to you share your beliefs. They share your moral values. And so by creating that sort of system between individuals and communities, you can actually feel somewhat comfortable. But you start to see the division between communities and the necessity for law and these certain doctrines if you do not have moral culpability.
Well, I'm trying to get Hard Bastard in here, but I guess we can't. That sucks. Thank you, Eggies, for breakfast. Interested in my work. Thank you for being a skeptic. Yeah, I mean, but this is the thing. We all have to be skeptics. We all have to be very aware of the things that we're looking at. We cannot allow ourselves to be so easily controlled, I would say, by the very comfortable positions. And thank you, Mark, as well. Beers on me, my dudes. And what's up, Edge? Near Edge. There you go.
One of the things I was wanting to make a whole video about, but I didn't have the right angle to go for, in terms of the writing, was just people's utter lack of curiosity that they seem to have. Especially, I would say, people on the left. Like, it's like pulling teeth. So, I know tons, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of regressive leftist SJW type people. And I try to get them to watch YouTube, and they are allergic to watching YouTube videos. They will tell, they're like, no, it's YouTube, it's fake, it's not, it's Alex Jones and PewDiePie, that's all it is. And
well, that's very much, here's an interesting thing about that. That is very much an attempt to differentiate the type of media. For example, that is an attempt to delegitimize the media. Because they're going to now here's the interesting bit, and you can see this, that they do this, is that people who are like, for example, the Young Turks, even though they put all of their shit up on YouTube, they will absolutely attempt to delegitimize the media. The YouTube media, because it's not real, correct?
Yeah. They're like, oh, it doesn't count, but it's like, yeah, but you can literally put anything up there, and they're like, well, that's the problem, and it's like, yeah, but then
you do that too.
I try to explain to them, I'm like, well, one of the best ways, like, YouTube channels hold each other accountable because of the fact that if you find a bigger YouTuber that says something factually untrue, one of the ways that you can get noticed as a smaller YouTuber is by calling them out and saying, hey, you said something untrue. And, so there's that system. Whereas with corporate structures, there isn't any sort of accountability, which is why, like, they never respond to their critics. And so you try to explain these things to people, and it doesn't work. So, like, yeah, just the lack of curiosity. I'm a very curious person. When I realized there was this whole skeptic universe on YouTube, I was sold, and even before I made my channel.
You're completely correct, because that's how I felt as well, is that, like, well, not entirely. For me, a lot of the confusion or interest was in that I was like, oh, look, people I agree with, but I don't necessarily agree with everything you're saying. And I want to give my side. And more than that, I wanted to be able to explicate social science. And, I understand that that's not going to be for everybody, but it's fine. Yeah, it's interesting though that there is this silencing of people who are speaking words outside of what is allowed to be said, and it's the video I'm making right now, unfortunately. However, I am doing this stream right now. If I wasn't doing the stream, the video would be getting made right now. It'll probably be out tomorrow, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think that. Oh, sorry. Talk.
I was just going to say, during the election, they used some terms, mainstream media used certain terms like most of Trump's voters are uneducated, quote unquote. Which basically.
Which was very inaccurate, and particularly towards me, and you'll see this now, like, I mean, I don't want to talk too much shit, but I will say this, because it made me very angry, is that, not angry so much as it made me upset, is to, thank you, Never Done, by the way, thank you, to know that Destiny is still trying to fuck with me.
Wow.
Oh, hey.
Who is more cancerous, Onision or Destiny? I think it's gonna. I would go with Onision.
Onision.
Onision's more cancerous, but like, Layman sent me a video that I didn't even know about because I don't fucking pay any attention to Destiny. But like yesterday, I couldn't do anything because I got so upset that knowing that he is still trying to destroy me, and it's
wait, I didn't hear about this. What's his problem with you?
Really...
Destiny hates me. He really hates me, and he hates me for not legitimate reasons. Like, he hates me because, I mean, I act like a retard on his stream, so like, I'm totally open about that. I don't lie about anything I've ever done, because guess what? Oh no, how awful! I'm a decent human being. It's terrible, right? Destiny has, yes, come out. He responded to the video I made with Layman and said that basically that like the first 10 seconds that I made in that video before I actually went into another 20 minutes of me destroying or discussing this piece of research was indicative that I was a retard. And I will not debate Destiny because he will not agree to have a mediator. I told him, I said, Steve, if you will accept to having a mediator and a time limit, I will debate you. He will not accept this, and in fact, he actually mocked me for asking for that. So, what am I supposed to do?
I was going to ask you what he actually said. But...
What I was going to ask was, did Destiny go after you after the whole JonTron and Sargon thing? I'm thinking that's when it was, if I'm not mistaken.
No. A year ago, I was drunk on Pole before I started this YouTube channel, before I started to be, legitimate, and I talked shit, and he has been using that to try and destroy me, and it's like, it's a little pathetic, my dude. I mean, I'm fine. Here's the thing. Guess what, nigga? I'm totally cool with admitting my faults because I'm a normal human being.
The microphone is on, correct?
Yeah. Or like the whole someone in the chat mentioned Ghazi Kodzo and Blair White. Like Ghazi Kodzo, I first heard about him like 2 years ago from Sargon. I'm like, is this guy Ruby Road or something?
No, I mean, it's like whatever. You want to come out for saying nigga, like nigga. Like, here's the thing though. I talked to him like a normal human being, and he got really pissed off. I was drunk, and I was like, whatever. And sorry. I don't really give a shit. He can be as angry as he wants to be. I was a little bit worried that it would. I actually am worried, and continually am worried that it's going to affect me in some negative capacity because he can't move on from it. He literally can't move on. He's like stuck in it.
Well, honestly, what I would say is don't worry about it. With Steve, pretty much anything he throws at you is going to be bullshit, and it's going to be really easy to refute. So just
it is easy to refute. It is easy to refute. He's very stupid.
I think that means he just needs to deal with something himself internally.
Yeah.
How many subs does Destiny have? It's not like I follow him.
He has 60,000 or so.
Yeah, he used to be a big StarCraft player. So
has he lost as many subs as Thunderfoot?
I don't know if he's really lost as many subs, But he's really like. Here's the thing. He will. By the way, he'll find this stream right now, and he will start talking about it and talk about how
autistic screeching.
Okay, actually, if he finds a stream, Steve, come at me, bro. Come at me. Just
he hates Here's the thing. The astounding thing about it is that, hey, Charmy, why the fuck are you not in the stream? Charmy, holy shit. Hang on. Let me message you on fucking
Twitter.
Oh, Hairsay.
Charmy, get in here.
Hairsay. I haven't seen him around for a while.
This is not the stream that Naked Ape and Heart Bastard are supposed to be in, but Charmy, if you want to be in the stream, please come in. You know you're my nigga.
40.
I invited you, motherfucker, just now, so you can't complain.
40. Yeah. Does someone ask? Does Destiny have autism? I actually have Asperger's syndrome myself, and I think he's too autistic for me.
He's definitely very autistic. Yeah.
He's got some shit going on with his life, and I don't mind. Charmy, I hope you get in here.
Yeah,
I know it's late as fuck in the UK. What time is it right now? Like it's like midnight or some shit, isn't it?
Yeah. 1:22 a.m. in England right now.
It's not that late, is it? Jesus.
Yeah, they're 5 hours ahead.
Oh, hey. Aiden, I was going to ask you, I've managed to actually ask Ape this before.
Hey, Charmy, what the fuck is going on?
My dude, you didn't invite me until the zitten. I'm doing my best lady.
We
meet at last.
Oh, wouldn't it be hilarious if we got V in here? Let's talk about the twatter.
Let's talk about the twatter.
I'd love to talk about the twatter.
The twatter.
Charlie, man, don't you actually hang out in person with like cognitive thought?
I've only met him 3 times.
Thank you.
Well, you do then. So, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on here, Charmy, though. I really appreciate it.
I don't have long. You're welcome.
Yeah, being here for how the fuck, like, this is just the drunk stream. Like, this is whatever.
I work at a pub, so I couldn't get drunk.
Yeah. Oh, well, get drunk at home. That's what we all do.
I try. I try, my dudes, but I haven't taken enough shrimp pills.
Thank you, though. That's
the best,
awesome.
Layman.
You're welcome. Actually, here's the thing. Did you watch the latest video that I made? I kind of talked some shit about you, my dude.
I liked it because I was I don't know. Is it just me, or I think the whole Danny Phantom thing is kind of fucked? Because
it's fucked. I just disagreed with you. And Charlie, Mitch, I told you about this. Like on, I don't know where the fuck we were talking. It was on Discord. I
can't remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. Where I was like, yeah, I talked some shit. But I don't totally disagree with you as a person. It's just like, obviously, I like your shit.
I don't remember what I said. I'm pretty sure I said what V said.
Yeah, you agree with V entirely, and I just disagreed. And that's fine. Like, I don't think I said anything that, like, would make me a pariah. But we just disagreed on the basic... No, we don't disagree at all on general shit. But, like, yeah, it was interesting. We disagreed a little bit on Randy's stare.
It's like... With him, he was just... Oh my god. When I watched Mr. Metaca's video, I thought this guy... Something happened to him. Like, he wasn't always like that. Now then he became crazy. Like that... But he only was in like a car crash, and one person was in a car crash, and that set him off. That's not a normal human...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it seemed like he had a lot of family shit going on too.
I had some shit, my dude.
Was proud of him or anything like that, so.
So I gotta ask, are your eyes actually that big in real life?
Mine?
Yes, your eyes.
No, I'm not an anime character.
My wifey was dead to me.
Oh no!
No, I'm joking.
I'm glad to have you on though, my dude.
Oh, please. What the hell? Alright, you get the soundboard, don't you, Cough?
Nice soundboard.
Their edge disappeared. Aw.
I don't know what else going on. This is just like, this is the drunk stream. This is like,
Prince
whatever.
of Queen, my queen, how you doing?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm fine. I watched your video on the music scene one.
Oh, yeah.
kind of a facetious question in the comment section. I said, which scene? Because there's like loads of different scenes.
Oh yeah, well I was mainly talking about the sort of indie scene that was last decade, which was it was sort of like a internet driven sort of came from MySpace and blogs and that kind of a thing but the thing that I left out, which I totally left out, which I should have at least referenced, is that the heavy metal scene still totally exists, and it's been around for a long time, and it exists. It exists in completely independently of other music scenes. Like people who listen to fucking hipster hip hop and fucking electronic music and indie rock, they've never heard of a metal band that can sell out a stadium.
What, not even Judas Priest or Metallica or?
Well, they've heard of fucking old metal bands, but like not current metal bands.
So they wouldn't know about like Machine Head's old, so I can't really say Machine Head. Who else? Who's new? Gojira. They should know about Gojira. That's a pretty hipstery metal group. Mastodon, stuff like that.
The other day, I was going through the top 40 list with my boyfriend in an attempt to see if there was any white men who don't do hip hop or rap. And surprisingly, there are none. They're pretty much.
Yeah, that's another thing that like I didn't mention this in my video, but I think I've brought it up before in my videos because I have a number of videos. There's this thing that like SJWs will say. They'll be like, well, there's an overrepresentation of white men in music, and that's just so not true. It's like, who the fuck, like, who are you talking about? Justin Bieber? Like,
yeah, seriously, I would ask any of you, pull up the top 40 list for the United States, and you will not find a single white man who actually makes masculine music outside of rap or hip hop. It's pretty much.
It's gonna be rap, pretty much. Yes, that's true.
Like,
yeah.
I think over here we've not had like a proper male in general solo artist be as successful as the women ones, female ones, like last decade. Like,
no, and I think it's been very deliberate. Like, there has been a dwindling amount of opportunities in entertainment industry for people who didn't have some sort of SJW oppression Olympics identity about them. And I when I was actually doing music, I would routinely get shafted because of the fact that I was a white male, and I knew it. Like it's not like it was unclear. Sometimes it was just pretty obvious that this person was only booking people who weren't white males, aside from himself. Maybe like it would be like some white guy who would only book women and racial minorities, or it would be situations where they would have, friends of mine would do all female lineups, and it was always like, but of course, people would love to record with me and work with me and have me do 95% of the actual work and make them a damn track that they could sing over.
Of course.
Yeah. And that was one of the frustrating things that made me eventually leave music. Like I was having these situations where I would produce a song, I would write all of the music, somebody else would rap over it, and then it would get released on a compilation that would thousands and thousands of people would view this track that I made all of the music and did all the recording for. My name wouldn't even be in it.
Yeah, it tends to happen. It does tend to happen because, you get into that. I do have to ask you, Charmy, though. How are you feeling not being at VidCon?
Considering I could never afford it anyway.
I know, it's expensive as
really,
fuck. Yeah.
I couldn't even go anyway. I haven't bought my passport yet. But
oh shit, nigga! Gotta get your passport.
I never went abroad because we didn't have the money, but but like it's okay. I know I missed the Anita thing, but
that was
gold. Honest,
that was great. I love that.
Was. I'm gonna say this right now. Maybe I'm being a little hyperbolic, but I think Anita at VidCon was the best moment of probably the first half of this year, and there's been a lot of great moments this year. That was one of my favorites.
It kind of destroyed her. She can't ever make any arguments again, I don't think, because she just went out and totally embarrassed herself.
It's, as I put it, it was like Anita Sarkeesian has spent, I tweeted about this, she has spent the last 7 years in an echo chamber because, she blocks people on Twitter, she disables the comments on her videos, she does not debate anyone. Like, do you remember when she went on Stephen Colbert and he asked her questions, and she's like, maybe Grand Theft Auto, and she couldn't provide an answer.
Yeah, if you look at like her tax breaks at the end of the year with her company, it's obvious it's all monetary for her. I'm even I know there's some people who are, don't believe this, but I think that she's just totally lying, and I think that she's probably read those books in business that say deceive those who you can garner money from.
You say that
almost like she doesn't really like video games or something.
Yeah, there's a video from 2007 where she talks about going on this seminar with some charlatan. I don't remember what his name was.
Hang on a second. What was that?
I was going to say there's that same thing. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, and in 2007, it was 2010, a video surfaced, like right around the time Gamergate started, or maybe it was before Gamergate when she did her Kickstarter. There's a video that emerged where she's giving a speech to this class saying how she doesn't play video games and she had to learn about them because she's doing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I think that this was what I wrote into my script.
Whoa.
What I wrote into my script is that I think that she had some politician or another, or somebody who represented DNC Incorporated or whatever, sort of ended up finding her and giving her extra money and exposure, and they had a multiple motives. Ultimately, I think that they were responsible for getting her a ticket to the UN, and they wanted her to sort of slyly make internet censorship easier. They were trying to basically say to get her as the proxy person to appeal to the UN, because I've heard that global internet censorship is based in the UN anyway. Yeah. And they were trying to basically make it illegal to call women liars. And that would have been really convenient if Hillary Clinton were to be the fucking president.
Sure would have.
Hey, you know what? You can't have Zoe Quinn do it on her own. Let's be honest.
What I wanted to point out was Zoe Quinn has ties. I think she had ties to some congresswoman who got her to give some panel about harassment. So I think she has some kind of ties. It was a congresswoman from Massachusetts named, I think, Catherine Clark. That was her name. She had ties.
Thanks for because see, I wrote that into my script just as an assumption. And what's funny is that I wrote the script about a year ago before they started censoring YouTube, and that's one of the things that's happened in my script. Like I predicted it, and it was like, oh yeah, I was right.
I didn't know about that.
Fabulous.
I think, and like her boyfriend, this complete cuck named Alex Lifshitz, his dad, I think, had some. He traded guns or something to, I think, Panama or something. I don't know. It's a clique. That's what I've discovered. It's all.
His dad didn't trade guns. He just lives on an island.
All right, they're all a clique. If you look into these indie developers, they're all clique. They're all from a clique. They all know each other. They all attend the same, like they all go to these same jam festivals, and it's like. And all they make are these shitty games with, like, I tweeted this today. Like I compared the artwork from Final Fantasy VI to this game that Anita praised, and I'm like, it's like, do they even know how to even design proper pixel art? Because if you look at like the old Super NES games, you see that they're very well done. Like I tweeted like the art from Final Fantasy VI, for example.
Right. Yeah.
I like how after the VidCon convention that she did.
What do you think about some of that shit, Charmy?
What about VidCon?
Yeah, I'm interested.
I'd love to go, but I'm gonna be.
I'd love to go too, but like some of the shit is confusing. I don't know.
It's just a con. It's just to have fun, and then like.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
what I said was right. She ended the convention, then immediately security are ushering her out, and I'm like, oh, that's just a show. Come on, you're in no danger there. You don't need security. It's just propping up the narrative. But the thing is, I'm meeting Dr. Anna McCann, Kraut, Uzulu, and Sargon in London in 2 weeks, so I don't really need to go.
Right, but I'm a little bit, I'm concerned or confused by some of the way that this shit is happening.
Well, it's just
go ahead.
Everything's coming to head now, I think, initially.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Well, my thing on this is, here's the real question: how is the media, or I guess really any media that's popular, going to portray this? Because within our own groups, we'll talk about this. We'll make a big deal out of it. We'll show exactly what happened and what the truth of it is. But what are the sort of more mainstream outlets going to say about it, if anything, for that matter?
Well, I think there's already a couple of articles that have come out in favor of Sargon.
Really?
There certainly have been. Like Sargon totally is getting the beneficial side of this, because yeah, Jesus Christ, Anita just called him a shitlord.
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know how you can spin that good.
Can we watch it? Because I only watched a brief clip of it.
Let's watch it. Let's pull it up.
I watched it earlier today on Hard Bastards live stream. I was laughing. I was just laughing at it because it was crazy.
I like Joey Salad's thing when he went up.
Yeah,
and talked about
Joey
harassment.
Salad.
Joey Salad.
I go to some of the PAX conventions, and I'm always that person who walks up to the panel and asks them that uncomfortable question.
I didn't expect Joey Salads of all people to be a shitlord. I just thought he'd be some guy, a normie who pranked.
You know what? I really didn't like him originally, but he's actually kind of coming around a little bit more.
I think the fact that he's mates with PewDiePie and all the others suggests he's not that bad.
Yeah, I would say this about Joey Salads. He's kind of like in a different sphere as we are, right? He's not in the same thing. He's in more of the entertainment. He's more in the entertainment.
Would you say he's more of like a normie channel, like all those guys that do those stupid paranormal activity type channels, or is he not quite like that? I don't know the guy.
I think that just as time went on, he was sort of I hate to use the term, but just sort of a bro that realized he could do some weird kind of social experiment, not pranks, because it's not really pranks. And then as time went on, the shitlords and the skeptics got interested in him because his videos were illustrating points that we were actually like discussing a little bit more in the abstract. And then he probably just got to know people, and then now is now.
I wish he'd go, hey, it's Joey Salads. It's just a prank, bro. And then did the thing. I'd love that.
Can I find the actual? Okay.
Somebody says.
I don't know who this is. Big G XXX? No, I'm just saying if we can actually watch this together, because like everyone's already seen it. Actually, let me see if this is the real video.
Somebody in the chat went, eat the Bradbury.
Eat the Bradbury.
I eat the Bradbury.
Yeah, pretty much. Is this it?
I feel like Joey Salads is like a better version of Adam Sala. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a guy he counted down in Arabic on like an airplane.
Yeah. I mean, he has done some fucked up shit that we need to be clear that he has been fucked up about. But he also can do good sometimes. He can at least be real. This is the Sargon thing. If no one has seen it yet, I don't know whose channel this is.
Wait, before we watch it though, who's all the other people? I've never seen them.
I don't know who any of them are. Is Cat Black?
No, that's not Cat Black.
Never mind. She had another panel. Never mind.
I recognize Cat Black anywhere. Ooh, she's the bane of my existence.
Ashanti Bean is a interesting name. I've heard of her before. Her name, but I don't know her face. And the one on the left with the stupid Kurt Cobain.
I don't know any of these who will be on Anita.
Yeah, I don't.
She looks like she's from the Opposites.
So Sargon asks her a question.
No, he didn't ask her a question. He was just sitting in the front row.
Oh my god! So he didn't even ask her a question. I didn't know that. Oh my god!
He didn't say shit. Nope, he was just sitting there. Here it is.
Oh, just look at him. It's just flannel.
Oh, we can't hear it.
Use your speakers, bruh.
Yeah,
she's not saying anything. She's just mad. She's just angry. She's like, "You motherfucker!"
No, we gotta get audio somehow.
I don't know how to do audio. Okay.
Here, I can do it. Hold on.
All right.
Let me
figure out how to do it because I'm stupid.
So, I'll find the. Could you post the link in the side chat?
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, let me.
Yeah, it doesn't tend to run audio. If you have headphones or external.
Oh, I have headphones in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
I've got a new name for you, Aiden Paladin, based on your name. You've probably seen me call you that a few times.
What are you doing, Mitch?
Me? Oh, I've got a new name for you, haven't I? Aiden Paladin.
You couldn't pronounce my name at first, which was fine.
Did you post the link to this?
I'm
video?
trying to find a good video of it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to fill the dead air while you guys are busy doing stuff.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what's the best video of it because there's this one's probably the best. This is what I was just using. I will send this. Where? Not there.
I like
Where's
the
the best
chat.
way to send this? Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where's the best place to send this. Okay.
I need to request a chat something. Chat, press F for Ethan Bradbury, please.
Press F to pay respects.
Ethan Bradbury?
Ethan Bradbury?
What a name.
Yeah. I sent that, though. I put it in the Google Hangout chat.
Yeah, I got it.
See if that works. Okay, cool.
So I'm going to screen share now.
With that magic. With that magic, Prince.
Okay, present me to everyone. Or I'll okay. Here we go. Wait. Yeah.
Oh, Aiden, you might want to click on his icon so it's to everybody.
Oh yeah. Okay, hang on. What the heck?
Where would you be without me?
To everybody. There we go.
Okay.
I think you're presenting near Edge.
Yeah, you're presenting me.
No, who's doing it?
It's Queen.
Prince of Queen. Okay, there you go. There we go.
So I think it's a conversation that needs to keep happening, right? If you Google my name on YouTube, you get shitheads like this dude who are making these dumbass videos that just say the same shit over and over again. It's like I need to give you attention to your garbage human. Whatever, dude.
I how the fuck they're clapping for this bitch.
You know, the fact that these dudes are.
What's that?
How they're clapping for her for nothing.
They can't even see him.
It reminds me of when they were clapping for that gay Muslim.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, I want to hear. I haven't seen this yet, so let's see. Watch. Look, okay.
Endless video every feminist over and over and over again. I think is a part of the issue of why we have to have these conversations. We don't just get to be online. We don't just get to participate like everyone else.
No, especially because you're wrong always. You're always lying every time you open your mouth. That's why.
Well, here's the thing though. Participate in what? If you're angry that people are making videos responding to you, what do you want to participate in exactly?
They just want to participate in terms of being there. That's all they
want
want.
to be able to say things that aren't true and get away with it.
I need to tell me she's never played video games. There's a crucible that people go through.
We know for a fact she never played video games. We know for a fact she said she never played them.
Well, I'm just saying,
just
look
look
at
at
personality alone. When you go through the crucible of competition, it changes you, you know? And
really
the way, and you don't take people saying shit to you as anything.
Firstly, when you look at her videos, you know she doesn't play them, like the Hitman game, for example.
Oh
when
my
she
God.
showed that,
how unbelievable!
When she showed that, and she said, "Look, they're wanting you to drag the body everywhere, it's like, and kill them." Like, no, it penalizes you. And then when I saw it, and then when I watched that footage again, I realized she's been watching our videos. So
or one of her assistants was,
or one of them. But this means, therefore, that she can't just stop hiding anymore now.
Oh,
she's
Aiden,
watching it.
Can you stop presenting me to everyone?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we're cool. That was super disturbing because like she had total understanding of what she was doing and continued to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to say because maybe she was just watching, or one of her assistants, whoever found the footage from a YouTube playthrough, maybe they were watching it and the person wasn't talking, and so they didn't know that you weren't supposed to do it. But at the same time, you know, she did fool people.
How many types of little inconveniences and things must have come together to make that a reality? I'm sorry, it's not correct. That's not what happened there.
What pissed me off was that I have female friends who I tried to explain, that I was trying to explain to a female friend of mine that's a producer, because I was trying to get her to produce my script into a movie. And I was like, no, but I'm like, it's about this woman who's a liar, and a big liar, who's been caught by countless people and millions of people know, but the mainstream media is covering for her for whatever reason. And so this bitch is going down. So if we make a fucking movie about this, it's going to do well. Trust me. And my friend was like, well, I need to see the evidence. And then I showed her the Hitman thing, and my friend is like, well, maybe you're not supposed to do that in the game, but like, I still don't think that the game should allow you to do that. And I'm like, it's a video game.
I don't understand that at all, because video games should allow you should be able to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
the thing about Hitman has always been interesting because it's a game. It allows you to solve these problems in any way that you want to.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand that.
It's just the knee-jerk fucking empathy gap in like, oh my god, even women that aren't real, you can't beat them up because we care so much more about women than men because we've been shooting men in video games for years. And it's...
Well, sure. I just don't understand women's objection to most video games because as a woman who studies video games professionally, I can't comprehend where the problem lies.
I can tell you one thing. If you talk to her, she would be right on board with everything.
No, I don't think so. Because I'm an extreme... I really study video games sincerely. I study them with science. I study them with numbers. I don't do it with like things that feel nice.
She very, very specifically asked. She said to me at the time, because I didn't really have a bunch of friends that were into such things because I didn't have my channel yet. She said, "Do you have any female friends that like know about this stuff that are into criticizing feminists?" And I was like, "Well, not really, because my real life friends don't. No, not really." And that was a big deal to her. Like she thought that if I just had a female friend that could like vouch for me or something, then it would have made a difference.
The problem is I do, and it's not only that I have a female friend, so that I am a female, but I would never try to do that because honestly, I'm a scientist. So the only type of thing I would try to use to convince somebody is science, which I could give you in every possible capacity to explain how women are not exploited by video games in any way that is measurable.
Yeah. If anything, it is actually the least sexist and least racist of all methods of sharing mediums because you get to hide behind anonymity. So if you're good, you're good. That's it. And nobody cares.
Yeah, it's such a fucked up thing that SJWs have done to the internet because that was the beautiful thing about anything where you could hide behind anonymity electronically and still interact with other people. It was equalizing. Like back in the day of old school bulletin boards where all you could see was a screen name, you could have like an argument with somebody for 8 hours, assuming that they're a white male, and then it turns out that they're like an Asian woman,
Yeah, that's one of the rules of the internet. There are no women on the internet, and the effect of that is that you assume that everyone is... I kind of want to say on level playing field with you, more or less, but you assume that everyone is more or less the same, Yeah.
But then SJWs came along, and it's kind of like they couldn't handle the equal playing field, and then they started saying, well, I'm just getting shit because I'm a woman. No, you're getting shit because you're a liar.
I think it's a very natural thing for women to do. I think there's, in situations where they can't compete because it's not natural to them to be in competitive arenas, they have to find social means of, garnering some kind of importance in those arenas. And so the way they do it is through complaining or justification of
pretty much.
Go home, gamer girl.
Yeah, I gotta go home.
I think one of the things is that gaming, like, especially the way it evolves, is a little antisocial, so to speak. Like, it's not at all based around social interaction as much as it is just flat out meritocracy. And I think that plays a big role into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, one thing I was going back to playing video games, I think that when you play video games competitively, you do it for a long time, or you do sports, you completely recognize the necessity for hierarchies, and you appreciate them. When those who don't are easy to spot, because they basically believe that for some reason or another, the playing field needs to be evened out. And like that's why I think you see a lot of women who do it, because they don't get into competition that often.
Yeah.
Competitive situations.
And can I add my 2 cents here about something for a second?
Sure.
I think for years, I think one of the reasons why, maybe it's just me, but I think one of the things that has prevented more women from getting into games is because advertising, because...
No, I disagree entirely.
I disagree too.
I'm saying because of all the ads that only emphasize teenage boys playing video games. Like,
well, okay,
that has never disincentivized me.
I would say though that there has been a lack of girly games, and
but that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm interested in games.
Well, but that is you as an individual, and I know that you're a social psychologist, that you probably have a bunch of data that maybe is going to prove me wrong. But at the same time, there are on PS4, I have a PS4, and there's this sort of new.
What kind of games do you think that I, as a woman, what would I like to play?
Well, no, because I don't know what you like to. No, I don't know what you like to play. I don't know what you like to play, but I do know that my friend Sister Danger, who some of you might know, she is a YouTuber. She's come over and played games with me, and she's very girly. Despite her name being Sister Danger, she's like one of the
girly.
Well, she like dresses up like a fairy, and she's not into like you know.
I'm a cosplayer. What do I like?
No. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about.
I know you're not. I'm just. Okay. I'm just trying to present an opposite.
Yeah. No. I know that there's plenty of females that play games that are totally exceptions to these rules. However, there are females that prefer things that are slightly less like hack and slash and shoot. And things like the game Flower or the game what's it called, Bound, or
Bejeweled.
Have you guys
games
played?
Games that I like are I pretty much my main interest in games is in 4X and Grand Strategy. Yeah. These are games that are 99% driven by men. But my idea is it doesn't mean there's something wrong with me.
And do you know what that is, people? Sociological.
Yeah.
Now, the point that I'm saying is that there is, most games have a very violent and very directly, almost stressfully competitive angle to it, whereas there are games that like have you guys played the game Flower?
Yes, I've played Flower.
Yeah, so I really like it, but it's completely non-competitive. You can't die. All you do is just fly around and try to find the flowers.
That's a nice little game.
And Sister Danger, who normally doesn't really get into video games, she'll play Street Fighter a little bit and just kind of mash buttons, but she loved Flower. She did not want to stop playing. She beat my
great.
Yes,
I played Stellaris, by the way. Yes, I played Stellaris.
And she agreed with me that the game is the type of game that little girls would really get. She actually works with little girls. She dresses up as a fairy and does parties and stuff. And she felt that this was something that would appeal more to little girls. Now, there has been an imbalance of games that have been like that as compared to the more boyish games, even though there are some girls that do
I disagree with this entire idea. I disagree with the entire concept that you're promoting here.
Here's what I'll say about this, right? You're thinking about this from a sort of more social norm perspective rather than a gamer perspective, because from the get-go, there's a kind of gamer mindset that someone has to have to be a gamer in the first place. So when you look at things as a gamer, you need to look at what female gamers are like typically. Like what are the averages for female gamers? And
you're correct. As an average female gamer, yes, guess what? They're going to be more interested in Barbie and stuff like this. I get that. Not even that. The games that I play are all 4X and Grand Strategy. That's the kind of games that I play and I enjoy the most.
I also think you have to recognize that the gaming industry is the survival of the fittest playing out. So I mean, I don't know if you guys are really familiar with the early gaming industry with the likes of Atari and corporate video games that came out where they had McDonald's the video game or whatever. So we went through the crucible of the worst video games, and we went through creating all the female video games. They did not sell. And that's why we don't have as many of them promoted by the AAA companies. But if you look at indie actually surprisingly gives you a lot more. So I don't personally think. I mean, we still do have things like Final Fantasy, which is our role-playing games, and turn-based strategies are a little bit better as far as women feeling more comfortable with that, as far as competitiveness. But it's still not gonna. It's not gonna compare to men who have no social lives. They are gonna have so much more time to.
But this is the thing, isn't it? It's competitiveness, and what are men? Competitive.
Well, no, I don't even think
men are more competitive than women, and we should accept that that's a reality of how people interact, that men tend to be more competitive. That's not bad. That's just reality.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that women don't like games, you know, if there is a game that, let's say you take a really non-competitive woman.
No, I love Europa Universalis, and like those are games that are competitive, I guess, you know.
Well, I can tell you're a competitive person, but like, let's say you take a woman who is a non-competitive woman. It doesn't mean that there aren't going to be certain games that she would enjoy. It just means that, you know, like maybe she's going to like a game that has really pretty visuals where you just get to run around exploring, you know?
Well, let's play this out. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, okay, yeah. Here's the thing I'm going to say, right? When you look at female gamers, like the majority of female gamers, what are the games they typically do like?
Candy Crush, Bejeweled. No, we're not going to get mobile.
I wouldn't say you're wrong, though. You're not incorrect. You're correct. Those are the games that get brought up when we. Now, here's the problem, and I have this major issue because this is an issue that I have with the statistical analysis. Is that when we assess how many women are quote gamers, guess what? They include people who play fucking Candy Crush,
Yeah.
and that's
and those
fucked
people.
up.
Yeah, those people are not gamers.
Yeah, throw the mobile gaming out the window.
When you're looking at actual female gamers, the majority of games that female gamers tend to play are like, I see League of Legends, I see JRPGs, I see Minecraft, I see survival games.
Legends even is extreme to
to
see League of Legends.
What about like Aiden? Can I email you my script right now? I think you're really gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, you can email me anything you want. Like email me anything. My point is my question and my issue is here is that we see very few people women who like they claim to like this shit, but when you actually look into what their interest is, like they I like Candy Crush, and this is, and I'm not saying like I'm not trying to suck my own cock, but like I'm not. But there's so many women that try to be like, oh, I'm a gamer. It's like
interesting about this though.
You're not.
The casual game market itself is also split. Like the women like the Bejeweled and the Candy Crushes.
Right.
The men tend to like more like Fruit
Call of
Ninja
Duty.
or-
Call of Duty.
No,
FIFA.
no, that's
Not even Call of Duty,
casual.
but even the what is it called? Tower
Clash
Defense.
of Clans. Clash
Tower
of
Defense,
Clans.
yes.
How about Clash of Clans?
Clash of Clans and shit
I've
like
never
that.
played
That's
that.
the male one.
Fucking Temple Run and shit like that.
You know, some people have suggested in game theory that there is such a thing as video games for women, and it exists in social media.
Actually, I would be willing to support that theory, and I have extensive data to support that theory.
Prince.
Yeah.
Prince. I remember back in the 2000s, there were games that were actually marketed as games for girls, and they were Mary-Kate and Ashley, Barbie, and that American Girl series. They were actually marketed as games for girls. I remember that.
Huh.
Sure, but the
sorry, go ahead.
this is part of the problem is that like some of these data have been edited in the way that they're reported. Yes, that we see these games for girls type shit. And we're going to see this, we're always going to see this, because it's always going to be the fucking narrative at this point, is it not? That women need our own platform to be able to play video games, right? Because we can't do it otherwise. Now, the astounding thing is, I remember being 7 years old and it being Christmas morning and being ecstatic to get Banjo-Kazooie or Ocarina of Time, because I was a normal fucking child. And that kind of thing has really changed. I don't think that it was a gender-based issue when I was a child, at least. And it has become one because, well, let's be completely correct and realistic here. Women tended to grow out of video games because we were supposed to get into feminine things a little bit more. Now, I'm not saying that that's sexism, because it certainly isn't.
Well,
it's
actually,
just it's differences in how women and men.
Well, it's a sexual strategy. So
there are some girls. Sorry, go first.
I was going to say it's a sexual strategy. So if you look at women, all right, let's just look at it like, so women's best trait is their physical appearance. It's probably going to get them. It's probably going to get them the farthest in life. If they can shack up with the best suitor possible, that's going to be the fastest ticket to the good life for them. And so how do you get there extremely quickly? You invest in your appearance, and you go out and you socialize with individuals who get you closer to those suitors. And so those women who invest in that social time are not going to be investing in video games as much, because video games takes you away from that community. Men, on the other hand,
the one thing I'll add to that is, they would more typically invest in television because that's what's more socially normal. And I think it's not even that women get steered
I
more
don't agree with
toward
that.
girly
No.
things.
I think you might be right, actually. I don't know, because like for me, yeah, I've had very bad luck with men, and that might be part of it.
Well, what it is like, I think women are a lot easier from a social perspective to steer toward pragmatism. And I think that's where a large degree of the gender differences we see come into play, because men are very, very much more likely to do things that aren't pragmatic. Like, you know, that's the whole risk-taking thing, just sort of embodied right there. Like, I was just thinking about this earlier, like, you know, why don't you see more men in NASCAR? Because only men are stupid enough to think that they can be a fucking NASCAR driver. I mean, honestly, that's really what it is. So as women grow up, they tend to get away from video games because playing video games is not pragmatic. It serves no social purpose because a vast minority of people are gamers. It doesn't do anything, you know, aside from that, because it's just playing fucking video games. But if you watch television, if you watch what's popular on TV, that's something that you can use that has social powers in a way, you know, something you can relate to more people with. And I think that's what the bigger thing is. As gaming becomes more popular, we've seen more. I think I don't even want to say it like that, but I think it is true that we've seen more women go into gaming, and I think that especially as it becomes more and more popular, it'll become the thing that gradually replaces television. But we're not at that point yet.
You know what I say about more women coming into gaming? I think that's just the internet giving more women a voice, in my opinion. I think they were always there. And I think this isn't women coming into, this is just women coming out, really, as gamers.
I don't know if I agree, Charmy. Like, I think you're right. I think you're right. It's people coming out a little bit. It's a little bit of people coming out.
I think men are the pavers of the road. You know, as soon as they're able to pave it, then women will step onto it, you know? Women are never going to... Sorry, go ahead.
I'd also say that even most men grow out of video games because it's wrongly seen as a juvenile thing when it isn't. Yeah.
It certainly is a juvenile thing, but my understanding is, and you have to understand that I have a bias because I am a video game researcher. I study video games primarily. It's the locus of all of my research. I don't necessarily think that that's true. I think that video games are something that is really, really intrinsic to the way that modern society works, and to the idea that women are sort of like they were ostracized or excluded from the way that we initially analyzed video games is incorrect. I think that we have always analyzed video games in a somewhat accurate way. The fact that it doesn't suit Anita Sarkeesian's fucking crazy narrative, well, that's her problem, not the problem of reality. Not the problem of science.
He's not a gamer. If you didn't grow up playing games, you're not going to get games. It doesn't work that way.
But I am willing to actually do the hard research there. I have been able to do that research there, and I am very willing to do the research there, because there aren't many people who have the scientific acumen I do.
Well, I certainly don't.
That's fine if you don't, though. That's cool. Like, you shouldn't. I honestly apologize, because holy fuck, do you understand how sad it is that I had to go get a fucking master's degree in video games?
Nerd.
I mean, you'll find that game theory does expand on other things in life, you know? So the natural tendencies of people.
It does, beyond that, yes. But, like, yeah, it is a little sad.
You know what, Aiden? It could be worse. You could have got a degree in history like me.
Oh no, we're like Charmy, we're on like the equal level of like, what the fuck are we doing with our lives?
or you could have gone to Rutgers University and studied for Beyonce studies. I'm not fucking real prof. I can't believe that's a real thing.
Well, we're doing better than that.
Ladies up in there.
We're doing better than that. So we can at least, you know what? We should probably throw just a fucking party to not being majors in Beyonce studies.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
I majored in playwriting.
Yeah, computer sciences.
I have a theory about her, Beyonce. I think she's a...
What the fuck?
Jesus, though.
What the fuck was that?
He spoke out, and now he's gone.
Okay.
I have a theory about Beyonce. She's a fake feminist, fake politics type of person. Like, she's just doing it for the record sales. Like Lemonade, that was just purely to make money.
Well, Beyonce, the thing to keep in mind about her is that she has been in in entertainment business since she was a child. Her mother was the manager of Destiny's Child, her first group, and so she highly pressured her to be a singer and a dancer from a very young age. Destiny's Child was called Destiny's Child because the mother was the one who made it all happen.
What's your guys' opinion on Katy Perry? Do you think she's completely brainwashed, or is this a money thing? What do you think?
Money.
I think she's fucked up on drugs. Something happened to her like a few months ago.
Either
I don't
way.
know.
Yeah, probably.
You see a Saturday Night Live skit?
She sold her soul for the fucking Hillary Clinton endorsement thing. Like they said, we'll give you $80,000 and you have to endorse Hillary Clinton and give us your soul.
She's still her rebellion phase against her parents, who are
she was. I saw a meme. Her parents were so strict they wouldn't even let her eat fucking Lucky Charms because they thought charms were satanic.
So I can kind of forgive her if she's still in that phase, kind of.
I actually am friends. Well, not really friends, but one of the songwriters that she's co-wrote a lot of the songs with. This girl named Bonnie McKee. I was friends with in high school. But nobody actually knows who. What's that?
Sorry, I have to always thank people who are giving support.
Oh, super chat.
Super chat, yes, thank you. Don Cola, thank you for the dollars. Holla holla. Dollar.
He wants to know if there's any research on console gamers versus PC gamers.
I don't have any information on the data between that. Basically, we haven't actually really done much information, much research on that.
The
and
research
that is
says
something.
that PC gamers are ssmarter.
Now, I would say probably, considering you're more economically intelligent, but now I can't give that. Now, here's the thing. Unfortunately, you're dealing with a social psychologist and social scientist. I cannot give you information or data outputs.
It begins!
What the fuck is that?
Fuck him.
I cannot support any piece of information that is not supported by data or information. I can only support data.
I am a console gamer simply because I am really terrified of fucking up my computers because I've had so many hard drive crashes.
I would be I'm PC gaming master race.
I used to
PC gamer.
I used to be a PS3 gamer. Then I started gaming old games on my laptop, but it was one of those shitty ones that had an integrated graphics card, so it could not run anything after like 2005.
Charmy, Mitch, we have to ask you, are you a PC gaming master
race?
Good, excellent, of course.
I do. When I had a really shit computer, I had to go console for a bit. So I have both 360 and PS3, and my first console was a PS1.
Excellent.
Oh,
but it's good. You're not a plebeian, so that's good.
Don't buy the ass.
My first game was Quake 2. My first game was Quake 2 on the PC.
That's a classic.
Nice.
So here,
what time is it? It's 9. I'm tired as fuck. My friend knows. I might end this really quickly, only because I'm tired.
We can. The first adult, I guess you could say, adult game I played when I was young was SimCity 2000. I must have been like 7 or 8 when I played that.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first M-rated game you ever played? Anyway,
Drakengard. Drakengard.
I think I'm older than all of you by kind of a decent amount. So
yeah, I'm 29.
Okay, yeah, I'm 35, even though I don't sound it. So yeah, I grew up always having games. Like I had a Nintendo Entertainment System since when I was 5, and yeah.
System Shock 2, actually, I'd say was the first adult game.
System Shock 2. Oh my god, what a fantastic game!
Oh my god, I got scared. But when I watched him play it, I wasn't scared. I used to watch him play all the time. That was the thing. Unless it was Team Fortress, not Team Fortress.
Here, really quick before we end, we would be doing this whole Anita thing a disservice if we didn't talk about Sargon's petition.
Okay, we have to talk about Sargon a little bit. Yeah.
I didn't hear this petition.
What, another one?
Basically,
What's
Sargon, following Anita's harassment of him, he went ahead and showed the definition of harassment as defined by the VidCon staff. Sorry?
Thank you, Sephiroth Rules, for the super chat. But continue, Neeraj.
Yeah.
What happened with Sargon?
Yeah, he went ahead and defined harassment by the VidCon terms of service, or rules, I should say. And Anita's breaking the rules on harassment.
She sure is, I'm sure.
Yeah, he went ahead and showed how, her actions directed a whole lot of hate toward him on Twitter and other social media platforms. And he went ahead and made a petition to have Anita removed from tomorrow's panel. And I can't remember what the topic of the panel was.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So what are you guys' opinions on that?
I think that it's good to.
Thank you, Charmy, giving me like 4 buckaroonies.
I'm in favor of it simply because of the fact that, well, one, it was really, really blatant, and two, if there's going to be rules, they should apply to everybody. I don't like double standards, so
that's kind of how I feel about it. It's like this whole thing has been a double standard.
Yeah.
The way that Anita is allowed to do this shit is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, they either apply to no one or everyone. So
yep,
that's my attitude.
See, for me, I don't know, because I feel like trying to use social pressuring like this is the kind of thing we'd be against normally. However, I do see that she has broken rules here, attacking Sargon, who did absolutely nothing, just sitting there minding his own business, and she decides to, call him a garbage human being, and that was completely uncalled for.
Well, yeah, on a fucking microphone like that. That's calling someone out on a microphone who's in the crowd is actually really bad behavior.
It's bad, but I think he was hoping something would happen. Let's be honest. He's there for a reason, isn't he?
To be fair, though,
he wanted to have a conversation with her.
I'm not defending her. I'm just saying he probably was hoping for this.
Yeah, so that's why she shouldn't have. That's why she shouldn't have done it.
Well, to a lesser extent, but I'd say in the past 4 years, Sargon's been trying to interact with Anita in all this time, and she has completely ignored him. So I don't see how he couldn't have expected her to just ignore him here. I mean, because literally all he did was just sit there.
He was just sitting there.
I can't imagine he would have expected this kind of reaction.
No, I mean, now you have to understand, Anita Sarkeesian has been living in a filter bubble for years. She doesn't understand what it's like to interact with real people. She has no frame of reference. It's just why when she sees someone in front of her who has disagreed with her, her only ability or her only logical reaction is to flip her shit.
Yeah.
So she has no fucking perception of what it's like to talk to other humans. She's that far outside of normal interaction.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is a possibility that she could have handled it gracefully to a certain degree and been like, yeah, and I see a bunch of my critics are here, and like maybe said something that sounded somewhat intelligent.
She didn't even need to say anything. He was just sitting there. He wasn't saying or doing anything.
No, I know. She definitely didn't have to say anything.
Right. Thank you, PC.
There's a possibility that she could have addressed the fact that her critics were there and somehow said something about it gracefully, but she had no ability to do that.
Right.
She's ill-experienced in that.
Well, what's really interesting is I think a lot of this comes from projection, because within the social justice sort of spheres, I'm going to call it, I would imagine that a lot of the people in them are just fake bitches, and I think that they get this idea that everyone in the world is just the exact same kind of person.
Yep. I think she's confused. She doesn't understand what the fuck she's doing, essentially. She's trying to use her platform to make more money. Of course she is, because she's a money-hungry bitch. But she was confused because she had never had to deal with somebody who was contentious in person.
Yeah. Or at all.
At all.
This is actually the first time she's ever had an open floor questioning.
Because she has just blocked all comments. She's blocked positive and negative votes.
But not even that. This is the first time, even in a retarded way, she's directly addressed her critics. This is the very first time in the past 5 years.
Yes, it's totally new for her.
It's not the first, technically. She did something in a video, sort of, and on the TV shows. Kind of, sort of.
Every time it's been moderated. The questions have been moderated.
Exactly,
did she actually tried to
the Colbert? What about the Colbert episode I brought up earlier? She could not name a single game. If you ever saw that clip.
Well, yeah, we know, but she didn't mention people. Oh yeah, she did. She put the Amazing Atheist, Mr. Epsilon, Alpha Omega Sin, and I think somebody else, Sargon possibly, in the video, all their faces in a JPEG file. And was like, these are the types of people who criticize me.
Terrible racists who are mean to me.
The terrible Armenian genocide deniers.
Oh boy.
But yeah, it's pretty funny the way that they're still they literally thought that they would never have to answer criticisms, and that all of the millions and millions of us would eventually, I don't know, just cease to exist. If we're all blocked, we no longer exist, of course. And it's pretty amazing.
Well, I'm trying to fucking finish this video. It's probably gonna go up tomorrow, but I'm talking about the idea of psychological reactance theory, which is if people don't understand it at this point, you will understand it soon. Psychological reactance theory. Thank you, Lena Len. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, and Anita is on the cyberbullying panel. Oh boy, I'm excited for that. The problem is that I feel very upset by this, only because, look, here's the thing, friendos. You guys all know this about me. I'm a social psychologist. Unfortunately, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Love your content, Firespawn. Thank you. Do I find that Anita suffers from resting bitch face syndrome? Actually, when I teach my class on 101 Introduction to Media Psychology, I use myself as an example because I have terrible resting bitch face. So
Me too.
Trust me, I understand very well what resting bitch face looks like. But my point is, what the fuck Anita Sarkeesian is doing right now is very contentious, because she's about to try and deal with people like myself who are going to come after her with real data. And it's not going to be fun for her. Because, for example, I have read her master's dissertation. Her master's dissertation is a piece of shit. It is unbelievably awful. I cannot believe that that she was allowed to receive a master's degree from that.
Oh, wasn't it like an honorary degree anyway?
It was an honorary degree, from my understanding.
So they were like, well, just give us something. We want to give you a degree.
It's very upsetting, though. Yes.
Have you seen what gets published these days?
You're talking to a doctoral scholar right now.
What's fucked up is that I actually my bachelor's degree is from the same university that gave her that. Now, granted, I graduated in 2004, long before that happened. But
you're going to make me very upset. I don't like this at all.
I'm very embarrassed. I'm deeply embarrassed. Like, to the point where I don't really normally want to tell people anymore.
I feel bad. Like, Charmy, like you're still working like on some of your fucking shit, like to actually get a degree in some of this stuff, right?
No,
or did you actually complete
years ago?
You did complete it? Okay, good. Thank God.
I completed it, got a 2-1, which is
thank fucking Christ.
I don't know if it's the same
shit,
over there.
My dude, this is unbelievable the way that they get away with this shit.
I know.
It makes me fucking insane.
My experience was weird. I didn't really meet many. Well, I probably did meet them SJWs, but I wouldn't have known because they never expressed it. Because I don't know why. If it was the fact that most people who went to my uni were from poorer backgrounds than, say, Uni of Manchester. I went to Metropolitan, if anyone wants to know.
Yeah.
So, former Polytechnic, meant for skills. Well, what was I doing? Doing history. But
you are in Manchester, though, so you do have to be around some of the more what would you call it? The
leftist.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm a leftist. My family.
You're the leftist, but no, hang on though, dude. Your leftism is way different from.
It is.
What
it's,
I criticize.
It's like Louis Laveau. That's the best I can say. We literally almost believe the same things, but he's more of a nationalist than I am.
Well, I'm a nationalist, so that would be, my shit.
I'm kind of a nationalist. I'm a unionist, I guess, but that's about
Unionism is fine as well, but like, yeah, it's fine if we don't agree. But the thing is that, like, I understand, like, you're gonna have to deal with some of the crazy shit, motherfucker, in a very near future. That's just gonna be crazy there in the UK. You're about to deal with some insane shit, my dude.
My dude, depends on how Brexit goes.
Well,
my
hey,
dude,
guys,
yeah.
Aiden, thanks a whole bunch for inviting me. I need to make an appearance on another stream before.
I'm about to pass out too. I'm actually still at 9:30, but I'm tired as fuck. Here's the thing, Charmy, Mitch, thank you so much for showing up.
You're welcome, my dude. Jailbait prevails.
Are you trying to like channel Layman? I don't understand.
I always channel Layman. He is my spirit animal.
He's great.
Stealing my memes.
Spirit animal.
I don't know if you're trying to channel Layman or Kraut, but yeah, like thank you for showing up. We will see if we can do another stream next week. Actually, with Layman, Kraut, Ape, and all those guys. We'll see if we can do that next week.
Yep. And
That's all.
Whoa.
You timed it wrong.
Well, thanks anyways. This was a great chat. And,
yeah, this was a great time to talk to you guys. Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry that this wasn't super long, but thank you, everybody, for showing up. And thank you so much, Charming Man, for also including stuff, and Near Edge. And I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your name. I just met you tonight. So, shit.
Rapier.
What's your name? Prince of Queens. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank all of you motherfuckers for being in here. I didn't know you until tonight. So thank all of you guys for being here.
Thanks for randomly inviting me.
Yes.
I appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks all of you guys for being here for this random stream. I cannot believe we had 500 viewers on average. That's crazy to me. And thank you so much for everybody who gave super chat. We will do more shit soon. Anytime, by the way, anyone is really willing or interested in talking to me, I'm very open. So, yeah, good night and Altana Volt, motherfuckers.
Oh, you're about to hit. You're gonna hit 25,000 subs in a few weeks.
I know it's gonna be like tomorrow. It's crazy. Okay. So, thanks.
Good night, you guys.
Good night, Aiden.
Bye.
Night, everybody. You too. Night, everybody.
Hey, so I sent you a DM. Oh wait, it's not. We're still live.
Oh no, we're still. Just send me a DM. We'll talk later.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye, homies.
That's the first